Now we're going to take a look at a real-world use of an array of character pointers. And we've already looked at it a little bit, but let's take a little closer look. This is the argc and argv, the argument count and argument vector array. The argc is the number of command line items that have come into our program from the outside world. We are going to use both of these heavily when we get to a later chapter and we talk about using C programming on the web, because when you submit a request to a website by typing in a URL and providing parameters, those parameters come into your program through the argument vector, and the argument count will tell you how many parameters are on the request line that comes in from the internet. So this will be very important to us later on. We're just going to do a simple little program right now though called echo, and the way you would run it is, you can see there, echo hello world would print out hello world. Here's the program. It's pretty simple. We include standard I/O, and here we're going to get our int argc and our character array of pointers, argv, or argument vector is what it's normally called. You of course could call these whatever you want, but most C programmers are going to stick with this definition, this standard, and use argc and argv. C doesn't care what you call these, just that there is an integer and a character array, pointer array in that order. While we decrement the argument count, if that is still greater than 0, then we have something to say. We have something to print. And we're going to print two strings together. One of them will be the contents of the incremented argument vector. So we will increment that pointer. And since it points to a number of string pointers, it will go from one word to the next off of our command line. argv sub 0 is the name of our program itself. Well, we don't want that. We don't care about sub 0. We want the first word, and that is why we do a pre-increment right here. If the argument count is greater than 1, we print a space in this second string. Otherwise, we print echo.c. It's all the same thing we just looked at. Here we'll come to our compile and link it. Links and compiles just fine. And it prints out every one of our arguments without printing out the name of the program, just the way it's supposed to work. We said echo hello world, this is a test. Hello world, this is a test is every one of our command line parameters, just the way it was supposed to work.